Now, I know the big question everyone's asking is, will we get snow? I want to show you two different forecast models. This is the first one. This is the RPM forecast model that shows just a little light snow accumulation out here to the west. Now, hold your breath when you see this. This is the NAM snow forecast for us. Look at this little area of 6 to 8 inches of snow. This is a forecast model. This is what this is picking up here out to our west. So which one is right? That's always the question. Which one do you believe? Well, it all comes down to a few degrees and a very critical level between 2,000 and 5,000 feet above us. If temperatures are below 32 degrees, that NAM model is going to be right. If we're between 30 and 34, we may get a few snowflakes mixed in with some rain. But if it's above 32 degrees in that critical 2,000 to 5,000 foot range, it'll be just a cold rain for us. So what do I think is going to happen? Well, most likely temperatures up here in that 2,000 to 5,000 foot range will be between 32 and 34 degrees. That would most likely lead to some rain mixed possibly with some snow here in Dallas and Fort Worth, making that RPM model the most likely solution. The NAM model does not look very likely. So you may see posts on Facebook and social media and whatnot saying, we're going to get a lot of snow tonight. I don't think it's going to happen because those temperatures in that critical layer will probably stay a degree or two above freezing. And one of the factors that's influenced this wet May is what's going on out here in the Pacific. We've got a weak El Nino, which is warmer than average temperatures here in the central Pacific, and also warmer than average water temperatures here off the west coast of North America. Those two factors lead into a very active jet stream here across the desert Southwest. And that's where our storm systems have been coming really for the past several months, even back during the early February snowstorms. It was thanks to a very active jet stream here in the desert Southwest. And this active pattern looks to hold at least through next Monday. But by the middle of next week, we might enter a little drier pattern. Now, it's not going to be a complete shutoff of the rain, but that jet stream will weaken a little bit and lift back to the north, and that will allow high pressure to build in by the middle of next week. So if you're hoping for some drier weather, it looks like by the middle of next week into next weekend, we might get a little bit drier here.
Let's start right off the top. Our chief meteorologist, Larry Mowry, to talk about the timing on what is coming. Larry?
Yeah, here it is. You can see it out to the west in the Panhandle in West Texas. This big area of thunderstorms, it's diving down to the east and southeast, and it will push into our area after midnight tonight, well after midnight tonight. In fact, let me show you the latest timing here. As I step through time, starting around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, there will be storms that develop out ahead of that line of thunderstorms. And by 4 o'clock in the morning, we'll see scattered thunderstorms here in Dallas and Fort Worth with more widespread storms out to the west. Then as we head through the morning, 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, that looks to be the window of time where we have the highest potential for the heaviest rain and storms there early in the morning. And then as we go through the morning hours, these storms will stick around and even linger into the afternoon tomorrow. But our storm chances look like this. At 2 o'clock, 30%, then they go up as we head towards 6, 7, and 8 o'clock in the morning. Then they drop off a little bit in the afternoon. I'll go through more about the timing here and also talk about how much rain we could see overnight tonight in a few moments.
Okay, Larry, we're live tonight across North Texas as people assess the damage and in some cases begin the cleanup.
But first, we start with Larry and video of what appears to be a funnel cloud in Midlothian. And Larry, we were under a tornado warning earlier. What's your take on this now?
Yeah, several counties went under a tornado warning. This is the first piece of video I've seen of an actual tornado, and you can see the rotation here, and it looks like it did make it all the way down to the ground, if just briefly. This was coming off of that big outflow of winds that was rushing out ahead of the storm. Sometimes that can generate a little bit of a spin and produce these very brief tornadoes, and there were several other places where we may have had brief tornadoes, one around TCU. I was tracking that on the radar, and then also back into the Erath County area and Comanche County as well. This is the first one that I've seen on video, and this is new video just into us here at CBS 11. Still some storms to the east now. Again, this was around Midlothian earlier this evening. The storms have all cleared us here in Dallas. There is one storm that still has a warning for it for parts of Henderson and Anderson County. This storm capable of 60-mile-per-hour winds. It's also moving at 60 miles per hour. So just like the storms here in Dallas and Fort Worth moved fast, this one is too. Jacksonville around 10:19 and Henderson there around 10:42. So we've dried out now. This is a radar loop of the storms as they came through. And these little dots that are popping on the map, those were our high wind and hail reports. And the highest winds were in this corridor from around Fort Worth back down towards the Stephenville area. I've got a dry day tomorrow. In fact, the hottest day of the year coming our way tomorrow as temperatures get get close to 90. But then there are some storm chances and the threat for more severe weather Sunday night into Monday. And then it turns cooler, too. We'll talk about these storm chances for Sunday and Monday, plus show you some more amazing pictures coming up in a few moments.
Okay, Larry, thanks. Larry Mowry now. Checking the weather tonight. How are we looking, Larry? You promised a lot of sunshine.
Yeah,
bring it.
It's coming. The clouds cleared out here this evening, and we're going to enjoy the sunshine tomorrow. It's also going to get a little bit warmer, too. Today was one of the chilliest days we've seen in a while, with temperatures only in the 50s. I'll tell you how cold that is in relationship to the past in just a second, but let's look ahead because we've got some great weather coming our way. Tomorrow morning will be cold. We'll start in the 40s, but by the afternoon we'll be in the mid to upper 70s. 80 on Thursday. We'll string together several 80s in a row. 82 Friday, 83 Saturday, 83 Sunday, and how about 84 on Monday? And all of those days will be dry. No rain in the forecast here for the next 5 to 6 days. Here's a look at the clouds, though, as they're thinning out right over top of us. This upper level low is pulling away and taking away the moisture that's been in the atmosphere for really the past week or so. This high pressure out to the west will build in, and that will give us quiet weather for the next several days. But out here in the Pacific, that's where the next storm system is brewing. It's really out here closer to Hawaii. It'll eventually head our way and bring us storm chances next Tuesday. Now, what's been happening here for the past couple of months is that these storm systems that have been rolling across the Pacific have had the opportunity to pick up a lot of Pacific moisture, and some of that's thanks to El Nino, which is going on down here in the central Pacific. That increases the water temperature there, and it puts more moisture in the atmosphere, and more of that moisture makes it up into our area as we follow that jet stream in from the Pacific Ocean. That's one of the reasons why we've been so wet here for, the past couple of months or so. And it's one of the reasons we're going to get back in the stormy pattern as we head towards the middle of next week. And let me show you that here. Here's our future sky forecast. This is Sunday. I mentioned we'll be dry through the weekend. Sunday will be dry too. Monday will be dry as well. But starting Monday evening, there will be some storms out in the Panhandle and up into Kansas. And then as that upper level low gets closer to us next Tuesday, we'll start with some storm chances then. And storm chances look to stick around Wednesday, Thursday, and probably even Friday of next week. We're really going to enter a pattern late next week into the following weekend where we've got some pretty good storm chances once again in the forecast. Tonight, though, dry, chilly. Temperatures will be dropping down into the upper 40s, so jackets in the morning. By 8 o'clock, we'll be up to 53. Still chilly, though. Noontime, 69. 2 o'clock, 74. 5 o'clock, 75. Then at 9 o'clock tomorrow evening, we'll be at 68 degrees. So here's that 7-day forecast. Beautiful weather, really all the way through the weekend. Storm chances do come in next Tuesday. That'll be our next shot of rain. Mornings will be chilly. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s. Today, though, our high was only 59. Average high is 79. That high today of 59, that's the coldest high temperature we have ever seen on this date. The previous record was 61. And it felt like it out there, didn't it, Kaylee and Doug?
Yes.
It did.
Tomorrow it's going to be great to be average.